In our environmentally challenged times, it's more important than ever that we're fixing our kit so that we get maximum use out of it. Don't just throw something away because it's got a bit of damage to it. So here we are with my bodyboard. The nose piece is ripped off, and today I'm going to fix it using my favourite fixing piece of kit, which is sponge res. So sponge res is just the best glue that I've found on the market, and it tends to fix anything, whether it's sticking a piece of your bodyboard back on, or it's filling a hole, or it's sticking a rail edge back together, things like that. So this is how to do it. First thing you need is your sponge res. You also need anything that you're sticking back onto your bodyboard, obviously. I use tape so that I can tape it in place so that it dries where I want it to dry. And I use white spirit and a cloth to get all of the gunk, mainly wax, off the board in order to allow the sponge res to adhere where you want it to. So without further ado, cleaning is the first part of it. So very carefully get the white spirit, stick it on a cloth, okay, and then clean the area that you are going to be sticking to. So whether it's wax or whether it's grease from the beach, it's really important to give it a good clean, and you'll find that the wax comes off pretty quickly with it. So there we are good to go. So now I'll give it a little dry off as well with the other part of the cloth. Cool. The next thing you do is you get the sponge res out of the packet, and in that packet there is a very useful piece of equipment. It is a little piece of plastic which you use for smearing that sponge res in place. So as with anything, always read the directions. So it says to clean it, says to use it in a well ventilated room, apply liberally on a porous surface, which is what we're doing, force sponge res into damaged holes, don't apply with your fingers, use this bad boy, and then crack on, and in 15 minutes it should be stuck on, and then it completely cures in 24 hours. So you're going to be 24 hours without using your board. Just open the top in the age-old fashion by sticking that pointy bit in there, and then you put plenty of sponge res along the area that you want to stick to. Put a good old splodge on there, and then use this piece of plastic to smear it out just like you would with some butter on a bread. So there we are, pop that back in there. Super tacky, and it's already beginning to go off, so you have to be pretty quick. Get it all the way to the corners. I've got kind of a deeper bit here that's going to need a little bit more sponge res, so I'm going to fill that right up, and then I'm going to make sure that I get my piece of bodyboard nose. I'm going to get it exactly where I want it, and then I'm going to apply it on, and then I'm going to run my fingers along it and make sure that it's really well attached. And then with this, I'm going to spread it. Any that's squidged out the sides, I'm going to make sure it's squidged on. These corner bits are the most important bits to have down because they're the most likely bits that are going to peel. So I'm going to put an extra bit under there just so that it really sticks down. I'm going to use this to smear it on there, so then the bottom side I make sure they're really well fitted. Now for a repair like this, super important to use a bit of tape, and the tape can be used to help hold the piece of bodyboard that you're sticking back on in position, so that when you leave it to dry, you know that it's got a little bit of force on there. So you see what I'm doing, I'm sticking it quite a long way down the board there. This is quite unique to repairing the nose, but this is also how I'd repair a rail edge as well if I needed to apply pressure to the rail edge to make sure that it's stuck in place. And also, if I was going to fix a delaminating tail, this is the way I'd do it as well. I'd stick it down and I'd tape it in place so that I know that when I leave it to dry it's got force holding it in place. And now I literally put it in a cool, dry place to dry, and then I come back in 24 hours. Hey presto, got a bodyboard ready to use again. Good as new. Might look a little bit rough around the edges, but it still works to an optimal level to get you back in the water.
If you would like more tutorials, interviews or product reviews, just hit the like and subscribe button. And for more information on our UK and international coaching weekends, retreats, holidays and Outdoor Instructor Academy, visit our website at www.bodyboard-holidays.com, and we look forward to getting barreled with you soon.